Hi, everyone. It is the Queen of Extreme, Francine, and you are listening to Eyes Up Here with Francine and watching Eyes Up Here with Francine exclusively on YouTube. And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Chad. And Chad, we are coming off Survivor Series. But first, before we start to talk about that, how was your weekend?
I survived.
You survived Survivor Series?
I survived. Stuffed from Thanksgiving. Survived.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, let's talk about that. How you hosted, didn't you?
Hosted, survived.
Yeah.
Survived the Black Friday sales, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, and everything in between. And I believe, is it Thankful Tuesday or something? Or something Tuesday today. It's like some kind of donation thing today. They try to give everything a name for every day.
I didn't hear about that. My Thanksgiving was with, let's see. Well, first of all, my flight was delayed several times on Thanksgiving. But we finally got there. And then it was myself, Shane Douglas, Sandman, and then Moose and our driver, Joetta, who is a doll baby. Very, very nice woman. The five of us decided that because we landed at like 12:10, and we decided that we were going to go to a restaurant, obviously, because we're on the road. We checked into the hotel, and joking around, we were like, oh, I guess the only thing open is Chinese, but that's on Christmas. Is that right?
That's more, yeah. That's what you do on the Christmas
thing. So then we drove up to like this one restaurant, and it was closed. Then we drove up to another restaurant, and it was closed. So we ended up going to 4 different places that were all closed. And we pulled up to the fifth one. It was called Carolina Ale House, which I've never heard of in my life. And Hack's like, get out and check. And I go, no, because you guys will drive away. And then I'll have to run out to the car. And he goes, you want me to get out? And I go, yeah. And so he gets out and he grabs the door, and it was open. And we all ended up going in there, and it was delicious. But I mean, if you have to spend it with someone, that was a good crew to spend it with.
Absolutely.
No turkey, no stuffing, no gravy, none of that. We all ordered different things. But it was nice. We had a nice meal, and I crashed early. I mean, I was so tired from traveling and whatnot. And then, we did WrestleCade for Friday and Saturday, and I was home Saturday night, which was nice, in my own bed. So, really good weekend. I'd like to thank Earl and Moose for taking care of us, and Joetta for all the driving that she did, and the ECW crew. I got to see all my boys and took a couple group pictures, and it was a really, really good time. Just a long one, but a good one. So
yeah, the group picture is always a great barometer of how big the weekend was, right?
Yeah.
So all right, let's take a look at what we have in terms of how big this weekend was. Well, it was a 2-day event for you, right? You were there for 2 days.
Yes.
So let's see the size of this picture. That's a pretty big picture here.
That was day 2.
This was the second day, and this one has a couple extras in it that weren't in the day 1 picture.
Well, Moose is always in it. Big Moose with the backpack. He always jumps in the picture, and everybody always says, "Who is the large gentleman on the end?"
This guy here.
Nobody could make him out. Moose, Moose.
Oh, Moose. Oh, yeah. We got Moose here.
He shaved his head. He's the bald guy. Yes, that's Moose. Scotty Riggs, Jerry Lynn, Steve Carino, C-Dub, who looks friggin' incredible.
Svelte Dub.
He looks wonderful. There's me in the middle. I got Sandman behind me, Gary Wolf, Tommy Rich, Shane Douglas, Bill Alfonso. That's Earl, Perry Saturn. And that was behind Perry was my money guy, and I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
The $1 Million Man.
Sure. But yeah, that was our ECW picture. So, got to hang out with Jerry and his lovely wife, Pam. Got to see everybody at the shows. It was a good time. It was a really good time. I love it when weekends are like this. You know, everything I say it all the time. Everything is taken care of. I don't have to worry about a thing. I got my boys around me, and we had the best time. Earl is the best by far. Earl is the best handler I've ever had, by far. And I've had some good ones, but Earl is the absolute best.
Yeah, I've only met him one time. It was last year at WrestleCade, and it was briefly when you guys were out at dinner, and I was just passing through with Kevin, and it's the only time I met him.
Yeah,
he's like a very nice guy. Now, mystery of WrestleCade was who stole Jimmy Hart's megaphone.
I didn't hear about that until afterwards, which is very sad. You know, I mean, I was going to say I don't think it was one of the boys. I would hope it wasn't one of the boys, but I have no clue. I didn't even see Jimmy Hart there. You know, there were so many rooms, so many different large rooms. I didn't go in any other room but my own because I would have got lost. Then there was escalators to go down, and there was people downstairs in another room. I said, listen, I'm saying hi to the people in my room, and that's it. I am not going on a journey, because you know what happens? Once you leave the room and start walking around, fans grab you and they want to take pictures, and then you have to heel them, and you have to say, well, you can come to my table and do that. And then you look like a heel.
Yeah.
But the whole point of being there is to make money for your vendor. So it's not cool when fans try and grab you and then get mad at you when you won't take a picture with them. You know what I mean? Because you're getting a flat fee. You have to make the money back for your vendor. It's not fair to them. So I didn't even pee when I was there the 2 days. The whole time I stayed at the table, I never left. Once I got to the hotel, it was like a racehorse. But until then, I just hold it in, because I just don't think it's fair to your vendor. Now, if I can't hold it in, I go. But I didn't pee either day.
Your urinary dedication just goes to show you why people should book the Queen of Extreme, Francine, in 2026.
I hold in my pee all the time.
You might get uromycetitis.
I mean, I don't know. But you know, you've been a vendor before. I mean, do you think it's fair that talent walks away from the table and then fans grab you? I mean, once the event's over, there's nothing you can do. When I got to the hotel, I had a couple grab me for a picture, but it was over. Like, we were heading towards the airport, and I was in my plain clothes. Yeah. So I took the picture, because I mean, what are you going to do? But like at the building, trying to navigate through crowds to go see your friends, but you get grabbed 50 times. Like, I mean, don't you find that like not cool?
Oh yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Now, yeah. I will say, last year at WrestleCade, my guest / friend who I was with, he strayed quite often, but it was a deal that would have benefited him to stay at the table, so cost him some money that day. So
gotcha.
You know, he did stray from the table a few times. But.
Yeah, I mean, with me, it's like, you know, I was getting a flat fee, but I want to make my money back for the vendor.
Yeah.
Common sense, you want them to book you again, correct? I mean,
absolutely.
It's just the way I think about it. Now, you know, I'm not saying you can't go and say hi to your friends, but this place was just, you needed a map. It was huge. And I forget which room I'm in and where I'm going. And I just said to myself, you know what? I'm just going to stay right here. And Devon was across the room. So I ran over and I said hi to him real quick, because he was on the other side. But other than that, like, all my guys we were in a line. We were all against the wall in a line. And then a lot of fans were like, we didn't even know you were in that room. I was just like, well, you should have ventured in there.
Well, that's why you get the map. You know, that map becomes your best friend.
Yeah.
At that event. So you gotta live and die by that thing.
Yeah. But I heard the shows were really good. We didn't go to any of the shows. We just pretty much went to dinner, and then some of the boys went to the bar. The first night I went and sat with Jerry, because he was eating. And then the second night I didn't even go to the bar. I went right up to my room, and, you know, my stomach was, these late night meals, get me. I usually eat 4:30, 5 o'clock. We ate at 9 o'clock at night. That was the first meal of the day. And I had fasted I think it was 28 or 30 hours at that point. So I was so hungry. And then once I started eating, I got that rock in my stomach. So I was like, I'm going to bed. My belly hurts. And I didn't sleep a wink. Tossed and turned and gurgled and cried. And it was a mess. So
what was one of the cooler things you saw over the weekend?
With what?
Like the ECW fans come in.
To give you
table.
the sign?
Yeah.
I had one guy, Lucas, comes to see me all the time. He usually gets a picture and he has somebody draw it in a cartoon form for me to sign. And I wish I saved it. I did actually. Hold on. I have it in a text message. I'll show it to you. This cracked me up. It's very vivid, but if you can see, I'm trying to get it so you can. There it is.
Oh, okay. Hello.
I know it. So that was from the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
In California. It's so funny. It's the first time I've ever been asked about Jim Molyneux.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even. All I saw was Jazz and I. I didn't even see Jim in the picture. And Lucas goes, "Yeah, I need Jazz and Jim Molyneux." And I go, "Why do you need Jim Molyneux?" And he goes, "Because he's in the picture." And I look, and there he is. I go, "Oh my God, it's Jim!" So I texted him real fast. I sent him a copy of the picture, and I was like, "Hey, I was just asked if you were doing any autograph signings." So that was one of the cartoon versions that I signed for him. But that was very, very my boobs were very ample in that picture.
I mean, that's quite the graphic depiction.
Sure is. Yep.
Right.
Yeah, but we had a lot of belts, a lot of canes, a lot of 8x10s, a lot of the encyclopedia. Well, not really. We had a couple encyclopedias.
Are those starting to kind of dwindle a little bit?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
There's so many other things out there now. It's like
that's what I was trying to tell you before when we had that conversation.
Well, that was a different conversation about a separate entity with whom the encyclopedia may benefit.
But if not many people are bringing the encyclopedia, you're not going to have a lot of signatures.
Now that's a different story. That I did not think of the angle you were trying to come from until just this moment.
Just trying to help you out, kid. That's all.
Click. See the click. Clicked right there. Click.
There you go.
Wow. Now, good. I will tell you though, the highway that I would take to go that way to North Carolina from where I live.
Yeah.
You could literally stay on it for 3 hours before you gotta it was so backed up all through the weekend. And I was like, man, I am just happy I didn't travel at all. But I mean, it was a great weekend staying home and just Christmas wall to wall and movies. And, even though I got so sick of the Thanksgiving meal the day after, we went out to eat on Saturday. It was an awesome weekend. So just very happy to move forward.
Well, I did put my tree up yesterday.
Very nice.
And the whole house is decorated inside. I might be doing a second tree. I know I only said one. I might be doing 2.
Whoa.
I know, crazy. I know it. My husband
was
like, listen, we have the other tree. Do you want to put it in the sunroom? And I was just like, if you want to. I said, I already did the first tree. If you want to put it up. So, there might be 2 trees, but the whole inside is decorated. Started a little on the outside, but my husband does the big stuff out there. But it was freezing today. It's really cold.
It's like some sort of European wind model that's going through.
Yeah.
And it's right now it's in the 30s here. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow.
Ugh.
So yeah.
Yikes.
We got what you got. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the cold.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was freezing today because I had gone out. I put a wreath on my door and I put a bow on my light. And I was like, damn, and I didn't have a jacket on. I said, it's freaking cold. So I didn't do anything else. I ran inside and I was like, you could do the rest. I'm done. So we have to still do the outside, but the inside's done. And yeah, it looks nice in here. So I did all my shopping today. Got every Cyber Monday in the books, did everything, and got to get something for Hubs, but I don't know what he wants yet. So he's last on the list. Then I'll be done.
Didn't ask me what I wanted.
Yeah, I know what you want.
You didn't ask me what I want.
What do you want? What do you want, Chad? Tell me. What do you want?
It's irrelevant at the moment.
Oh, okay. Stop. You're making me sad. Stop it. Anywho, let's talk about Survivor Series, shall we?
The Survivor Series used to be the Thanksgiving night tradition.
Yeah.
Now it's it was at least this year, the Thanksgiving weekend tradition.
It was. And I got to only see the first match, if you will, the women's War Games. Whereas you did a poo-poo on it. I thought it was quite enjoyable.
I poo-pooed the big spots that were in it.
You know, we were talking before we started recording. When a big spot is coming, it's inevitable. You're going to see everybody just standing there waiting because they're, four girls have to catch the one coming off the top of the cage or diving off the top rope to the floor. Sometimes it takes longer than planned. I mean, what are you going to do about it? I know what you're saying. I know your thoughts.
But all these girls went from being down on the mat to up and staggering.
Yes. They're selling, waiting for the big drop to come,
But they went from they were all down, they were all out already.
Yeah.
To up.
Well, who's going to catch her? Who's going to catch? Did you think the spot was in the wrong position? I mean,
yes.
And
then, oh my gosh,
match. What do you want from me?
Just abysmal chair shots being thrown by Nia Jax. Like, I mean, I'd rather see a safe chair shot than a stiff one.
Sure.
In this day and age, but
woof. I mean, I was surprised that Lash didn't get a response coming out. Not on my television, she didn't.
With the whole wedding thing?
No, just with her entrance. Like, everybody got these huge pops. And she didn't really get anything. She was the last participant to come in the ring, and they were.
Well, that's because again, it's like because they're all popped out. They're too pooped to pop. That's why.
I told you I met that girl. She was so nice to me when I was at NXT that one time, and I felt sad for her. I was like, "Damn, there's a stadium full of people. Is it my TV?" I heard the other girls get big pops. Why didn't she get a bit? Is she not over?
I think they were too pooped to pop.
I don't know.
And I'm not going to say
they pop when the baby faces won.
I'm not going to say she's not over. I'm just going to say that what does she do that's that makes her any different than any of these other girls?
I can't answer that question because I don't watch the product. I catch the pay-per-views here and there. I felt sad for her. I don't know.
There was, just talking about the men's match. Somebody said, oh man, I wish I had the exact quote in front of me. It was like 10 Hulk Hogans in one match. Who was going to take the fall? Because it was so stacked that it was like they had to figure out a way to have some sort of screw finish, because how were you going to have somebody job at this point? And I mean, it's like, all right, you could say, all right, if Jimmy Uso takes the pin, or I guess this is where, Bronson Reed takes the pin. But they had to figure out a way for one of these bigger guys to get pinned because there were too many big guys in it. Roman, Cody, Punk, Braun Breaker, who you're trying to build. I mean, I think what they did was great. But it was so stacked that in that women's match, just going all the way back to what you're saying, I think at this point with Lash, it's like, what have they done to make her separate from any of these other girls?
Yeah, I don't even know how long she's been on the main roster for.
Yeah, I don't think very long. I know she's been in the system forever, but just not very long maybe on the main roster.
Well, you saw John Cena versus Dom. What did you think of that?
Yes.
Because I didn't see that one.
It's, look, it's been your typical John Cena retirement road match. It's entertaining. The crowd is into it. Dom is an awesome heel. And then it had this surprise Liv Morgan return with this monster pop for her when she came out. And she did this great callback to his turn where she kind of made it look like she was in a turn on Dom, and she completely missed him with her slap, which is fine. Camera caught it, though.
It wasn't an intentional miss. Okay.
No, completely air slapped him. Camera catches that. Yeah. And she jumps into Cena's arms, and Cena does like, what? This is crazy. And then she does the crazy eyes like Cena did and jumps down, kicks him in the balls, pushes him in the ropes. Dom hits 619. He loses. It was an awesome finish. I mean, like, so well booked, but people are killing it. Oh, you're killing Cena on the way out. How could you do this? Dude, people not understand this is what he's supposed to be doing.
Doesn't everyone pass the torch when they leave, or you're supposedly supposed to pass the torch when you leave? That's the thing.
Don't they get it? I mean, maybe because a lot of guys didn't. And that's why it's not, like, I guess, normal now to see a guy of Cena's caliber doing it.
He's doing business. He's doing the right business. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's been great. I have loved what I've seen of Cena's run. Heel, babyface. But I just think it sucks it's going to end on Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah, well, we talked about that. I think that his fans are so loyal to him. They just want to see him go out on top, and have that last hurrah moment. Even if he loses his last match, when he stands there and gets that 5-minute standing ovation from the whole arena, that's going to be the shining star for him. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to win.
Yeah, got it after the match. But, I mean, look, Hulk Hogan got it. Hulk Hogan would lose the match. He'd sit there for 5 minutes posing afterwards.
Yep.
Doesn't need to. That's how the WWE became what it is. It became more about the championship and less about the championship and the champion. It was more about the superstar and the individual guy. So
right.
It's interesting, but people crapping on it. It's like, no, this is what is supposed to happen. He's doing it the right way. Now, if he wins in this last match and he beats whomever it is, to me, that's fine because he's done his work on the way out. He's put people over like crazy. So if you put him over in his last match, you got to put over John Cena in his last match. I don't know. I think that's like an honor.
Are there any more hints floating around as to who it is?
Well, they've been really building up LA Knight in the tournament. Yes, they rebuilt LA Knight massively in this tournament. They've also put, again, Gunther's back. There's a very strong rumor from the start. It was going to be Gunther who got to the finals. Jey Uso is also still in the mix, and they've been under Jey Uso with the Rocket for over a year. We watched that special on Triple H. I'm gonna put the Rocket on your ass.
Right.
So it could be one of those three. You never know.
I would have loved it to be, and I know it's probably very highly unlikely, but I would have loved it to be Jericho.
Would have been cool.
That place would have exploded, I feel. But I think as long as he's under the AEW banner, that's not going to happen.
I don't know what the heck is the truth at this point. I mean, everybody's saying it's a rumor. Everybody's, talking about what's what. And now I'm not sure what you got to see during the time you were preparing for WrestleCade. But while the Survivor Series was being sculpted, while the set was being put together, some of the WWE technicians were having fun with people outside of Petco Park because there was someone who was kind of Twitch streaming the construction of the actual stage. and WWE techs decided to have a little bit of fun with these streamers and thought that, well, we might put a couple Easter eggs out there and get people talking. And they did, because there were people that fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. Did you get a chance to see this story?
My husband was telling me about it before I came to the office. So a little bit. But if you want to reiterate it.
Yeah, well, they went ahead. The WWE techs went ahead and teased potential returns of such great names as Stone Cold Steve Austin, one heavily rumored name of Edge,
Right.
and then a very practical name of Jinder Mahal. So putting graphics and playing music to get these streamers into full-blown panic to try to get this news out there, to be the first one to say, hey, look, here, this is what's happening. And I mean, people fell for it, but where they were really smart was to throw the Jinder Mahal one out there, because it made perfect sense. Look, they brought back Ziggler, they brought back Zack Ryder, and even like with the Miz the other night coming back to face LA Knight, Jinder Mahal falls in perfectly into that mix of former champion potentials to come in and face Cena in this tournament. So
the Miz is still under contract, though, correct? He was just away in the UK doing that American Gladiators thing.
So I believe he is, but still, you haven't seen him for a while. But it's just that a guy like Jinder Mahal is like practical to fit into that mix. Mm-hmm. When you throw up Austin, Edge, and then Jinder Mahal, there's a curveball in there somewhere. So it got people talking and saying one of these has to be real. And essentially, at the end of it, no.
That's funny. Yeah. Good for them. Well, I think the bigger story that came out of Survivor Series has to do with my ex-boss, Mr. Paul Heyman, and a young kid. Do you have that video?
I have the story. The video. I'm not seeing where the
video's all over. The video's all over YouTube in shorts. If you type in Paul Heyman pushes kid, you're gonna see it.
Let me see if this is the one.
And while you're looking, the question is: should there be heat on Paul Heyman for pushing a child? That's what everybody's saying. They're trying to cancel him. They're saying he should have never touched the kid. On the flip side, the kid got past security and grabbed Paul. So, and I'll go over my thoughts, but I wanted you to run it's a very short clip.
Yeah, I've seen the story all over the place, but I had not seen the video.
Just type in Paul Heyman.
Yep, I got it.
And there's different angles to make sure you get the right angle. I know the first one I saw wasn't a good angle. I had to click a couple times. Let's see. Perfect. Yep, there it is. That's it.
I mean, what did he do wrong there?
So I have a few different feelings about this. Afterwards, when you're done a match and you're walking to the back and your mind is racing and you're thinking about maybe what you could have did that was better, or maybe you just took a bump, or your mind is going in 50 different directions. One of the concerns that you always have is, especially in ECW with us, fans going too far and fans trying to grab you, fans punching you, fans spitting you. Shane and I had this countless times, especially as a heel. Baby faces, I mean, not so much. The heels, people wanted to kill us, correct? It was just inevitable. They wanted to kill us. Paul Heyman's case, Paul's a mega heel. People don't like him. Somebody comes at you. Your first initial reaction is to push them away. If it's not somebody in your inner circle, somebody from the crowd, you're going to push them away. I don't even know if Paul saw that this was a child. He felt the hands. The kid grabbed his arms and he pushed him away.
Yeah.
Instinct. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No one's supposed to touch you. Child, adult, whatever. I do not think Paul was in the wrong doing something like this, because in today's day and age, you don't know what those people have on them.
Yeah.
If the kid had some kind of, and I'm not saying he did. Please don't take this out of context, people. But what if, the kid didn't really like Paul? Maybe he was holding, I don't know, because I don't know if you walk through things, metal detectors, I think you do for most of these shows, right?
Yeah.
But what if the kid was holding like a key in his hand and he poked Paul in the face with it? Or what if he had some kind of weapon in his hand that could have hurt Paul or anybody for that matter? You just don't know. It could have been extremely innocent. It could have been the kid just loves Paul and he just saw him and he wanted to touch him. Maybe that was the case. But as a talent, you can never be too sure. So your initial reaction is to push somebody away. It's a stranger. I'm going to push him away. And that's that. Should Paul have heat? No, he shouldn't have heat. Should that kid have never done that? Security should have been a little tighter. Maybe the parents of the child should have kept him in his seat. There are a lot of factors that go along with this.
Yeah, my thing is
open space right here.
This guy right here just lets him kind of go right by.
The guy in the red.
This security guard just lets him breeze right by him. Oops, sorry, wrong video. But he breezes right by him. Mm-hmm. And that to me is a whole different thing. Is if anybody tries to accuse Paul of misconduct, you go right to the security company that let the guy go by Paul. He's the one that had the negligent action. The kid is a kid. He's got impulses. This guy let him go right by a quote unquote security person. There's two right here, two in red jackets right there. 1, 2. And they went right by.
Where's the guardrails?
Yeah, I don't know if they're going up a side entrance, going to the back.
I don't know either. But there were several factors that played into this. So I don't blame Paul at all. I don't think Paul is at fault. And I don't think he should be canceled. I don't think he should be charged with anything. I don't think he should be fined. This kid should have never been in the pathway of these workers, and he should have never put his hands on them. Now, if you're at a meet and greet or something, and you try to shake somebody's hand or give somebody a hug, and you ask, that's a different story. But something like this, Paul, like I said, Paul might have not even seen him. He might have just felt the hands first, and just the initial reaction was to just toss him off.
Yeah.
But I think the kid was fine. I don't think he fell to the ground or anything. He was just shoved away, as he should have been.
The reading comments, people are going to TikTok for comments, Twitter for comment. What are we going to get from taking a Twitter or a TikTok comment? This one says all he could do was give him a few seconds instead of a rude shove.
He's coming back from the ring.
What?
You don't do that when you're at a live event and you're in your heel mode and you're just won or lost the match or whatever it is. You don't do that. You just don't. I'm sorry.
That was a kid, man. That's not cool. A different TikTok user wrote.
Listen, if you do it for one person, you have to do it for everyone, or you're biased. You can't just. It's a rule. It should be. Well, if it's not a rule, it should be a rule. They shouldn't be in the. When we did it was funny that when Shane and I did Battleground WrestleMania weekend. We were done the match. We were walking up the ramp, and a guy jumped over the guardrail and was standing where we had to pass him, and he was standing there posing. And I said to Shane, "Who is this guy?" He was a fan that just jumped the guardrail and jumped into you see him. Like, you see him just stand there and he's kind of like posing, and we walked around him and we were like, who is this guy? Like, get him out of here. He just came out of nowhere and blocked the path to the locker room. We were like, what is this part of the show?
If that was 1998, that guy'd be on his ass.
Nobody did anything. We literally had to walk around him to get back to the dressing room. And we were hysterical laughing. We go, we don't even know. He didn't touch us or anything. He was just being like, you stand there like this. We were like, what is happening? Where did he come from? But again, like, there was no one there to get him out of there. Now, if he would have put his hands on me or Shane, that would have been a different story, I suppose. But he just, I guess he just wanted his own entrance or something. But he was like standing there hanging out. And we walked right around him and we went to the locker room.
He would have got his ass franchise.
It was so weird, man. But again, getting back to Paul, I mean, I don't think he did anything wrong. You know,
no, not at all.
I really don't.
Moot point.
So,
like, move on. Non-story. I mean, bigger story here was, like the fact that Logan Paul had a white towel. I mean, like, who cares? Like, that literally, that's how little of the story this is.
I would have felt bad if the kid got hurt. Like, if Paul pushed him.
Yeah, if he pushed him and the kid fell over.
Started putting the boots to him. Like,
but I'm sure if Paul pushed him and he fell, he would have probably stopped because they weren't on camera. They were just walking to the back. So I'm sure if that was the case, he probably would have stopped. I
mean, you would think, common courtesy. Oh, I just heard a kid. Let me go back. But I think he just pushed him out of the way. Like, get out of the way, kid. He should have never been in his path to begin with. And that's the bottom line right there. There was no rhyme or reason to why that kid was in front of them when they were walking back to the locker room.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree. This was, to me, it's just it was a stupid thing that they're trying to, I'm not saying cash in because we don't know what the hell the deal is, but, they're just trying to make a big deal out of nothing. Just stay out of the damn way. Just stay on the right side of the rail, please.
Exactly. Go do it the right way. Go to a meet and greet. Meet them there. I mean, the kid looked very excited to see him, but it was the wrong time, wrong place.
Crazy stuff. I saw some of those crazy meet and greet prices though for WWE. I did. It popped up in my feed. So there's a YouTuber who goes to the different WWE meet and greets, and there was like, you may enjoy similar experience. So I clicked the ticket link, and it was the day after Survivor Series. So all these links were dead. They were all expired tickets to meet, like, I forget which, the lesser guys. It was like $280 just to get the autographs. And then it was another $280 to get the photo ops.
Oh, whoa.
It was insane prices to get their autographs. And then it was, for the Undertaker, it was like another
$85,000
to get his autograph. If you go meet the Undertaker at one of the shows, like, big event or something, it's like $150. You're just getting it because it's WWE, right? So you're getting the markup. Plus, you're paying all like the other fees that go along with buying a ticket. Wow. It's just so much freaking money.
Yeah,
it's insane what people are paying. But there's also a show that I caught that ESPN did going inside the WWE corporate building with Triple H, and he's pulling out all the memorabilia and all the different artifacts that they had. I was looking to see if he had any original ECW canes or artifacts in there. I'm going to say this was one that Francine used to swing back in the day.
There's no way.
He didn't do that, though.
No, of course he didn't. You're hoping for something that will never happen. It's just not going to work out that way. But crazy stuff. I don't know. I might go back and watch a little bit more of it since I didn't see that much. But what did you guys think Did you like Survivor Series? What was the overall consensus? Did they say it was a good show? A little bit I saw, I enjoyed. Hello? I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were saying to the comments. I was
I'm saying
agreeing.
what was the overall consensus? Was it a good pay-per-view?
From what I've seen, people were lackluster on this one too.
Okay.
The WWE ESPN experience so far has been people are on the ESPN era so far.
Okay. Well, I don't know, man. If you talk to Sandman, he tells you wrestling's on the downgrade. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, really? That's what he thinks?
That's what he thinks. Yes. He says it's going downhill quick. And I'm like, huh.
I mean, look, I was shocked. I thought they announced the crowd as being 46,000 at Petco Park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought it was more the way it looked. They made it look unbelievable. 46,000 is like what you get for a baseball game.
Right.
So I was kind of surprised. I mean, look, it's a great crowd. I'm not saying that that's like a lackluster crowd by any stretch, but I was just surprised. I was like, man, for how they've built this show up for months and months and months and months and months. That's just like if the Padres were in the World Series. It's the same amount of tickets that they would have sold. But WWE's selling it probably for 3 times more.
And if you look at the numbers, if you look at the ratings, they're still not drawing. Like wrestling's not even drawing what, like 2 million a week? No. You know what I mean? So the numbers, I think that's what Sandman was referring to. It's like, we compare it to like the 90s when the big 3 were going and we drew like 56 million viewers in a week. Like, where are the people watching? Where are they? Why are the numbers so low? I don't know. But he seems to think it's a dying sport. So, I mean, I don't know if I agree with him or not, but I know there's still people out there who love it, and it's a shame because I used to be one of those people. I still have love for it, but today's product I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. So
I ran to the TV every day this weekend to check the WWE Vault because that is the only wrestling that I get excited for. It's the only thing that gets me like, ooh, what are they going to put up next? What's it going to be? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. They put up
Survivor Series from before. Like, were they doing clips of that?
Oh, yeah. They did all the Survivor Series. They put up an old Coliseum video. They put up a 2-hour mix of the Big Boss Man. They put up all the old LJN wrestling figure commercials. Dark match from In Your House that was never seen before.
In Your House. I always found that to be an odd name for a pay-per-view.
Oh, it's great. They put up a world-class event that had never been shown in full. I mean, like, I'm running to see what they load up on the Vault every day. That's my excitement for wrestling still. It shouldn't be that way.
I know.
should still be lured in. I mean, because in 98, they were still getting people my age to watch the main shows. So,
I don't know. So crazy.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug?
Just keep watching the videos. Head over to Chatty and B on Twitter, at IB Exclusive on Instagram, and again, just keep checking out Eyes Up Here on YouTube.
Okay. This Friday evening, myself and the franchise will be doing a live virtual signing with Signed by Superstars. It starts at 7 p.m. I have a bunch of ring-worn items that are available for purchase. I also have brand new 8x10s that have never been sold before. Just had a photo shoot about a month ago, and we put those up for sale along with.
I saw a teaser on X.
Yeah, well, that one's not for sale. That's why I put it up. But if you go to signedbysuperstars.com/Francine, I think, or Shane Douglas and Francine, the link is on my X. If you go there, all the pictures are listed. You can pre-order and you can buy, live that evening, the night of the signing. And you can also add a kiss for $10. I don't know if Shane's doing the kisses, but I am certainly doing the kisses.
Might get a might get a booger on there.
Yeah. So we'll both be there 7 p.m. signedbysuperstars.com for more info. Go to my socials across the board on social media. You can find me at ECW Diva Francine. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying healthy. And most of all, I hope you're staying extreme. Hey there, it is the Queen of Extreme Francine from ECW. Do you want to see more of me? Click over here to watch another video, or click over here to listen to my podcast. And as always,